Thursday as well because it's one day closer to the weekend. But while we wait, let's get you prepped and ready for that precious moment. And what better way to do that than to be hooked on your favorite show, the one that brings you undiluted fun and unrivaled entertainment, of course. Welcome to the Crunch with Ayo, people. It promises to be exciting and, of course, interesting. And you know it, I'm your favorite screen diva, ever smiling, ever dazzling, ever glowing, Ayo Day.
And I remain that beautiful, intelligent, sassy, Nenye.
So now you know how we roll. First up is the social media banter. We'll be hooking you up with all the juicy stories making their rounds on social media.
Next up is 2 o'clock, where one of us will be spilling the tea on what is bothering her.
And then finally, we move to my favorite segment, which is Let's Play. And today we'll be playing a game of emojis, meaning guess the particular word or phrase with the emojis given. Okay, first up on the social media banter. Nigerian activist Mezian Janet has said that people shouldn't be stopped from committing suicide because it's only an act of selfishness when we stop people from committing suicide. Now, it's quite strange. When I read the story, I was like, wow, people are going through a lot. Well, the activist said that people shouldn't be stopped from committing suicide, that long life is kind of boring. Living a long life is kind of boring, that she's 21 years old, and then she'll probably die between the age of 30 to 35. So basically, she has about 9 to 14 years to live. And then when people want to commit suicide, we shouldn't stop them because it's only an act of selfishness because we're not ready to mourn. It's because we're not ready to mourn them. So we'll make it about us instead of about them. That when somebody is going through issues like the illness that is life, that's what she said, the illness that is life or existential crisis, that we shouldn't stop them from taking their lives if that's what they want, and that according to a certain philosopher, people don't really die, they just exit life, so we shouldn't stop them. Whew. Saying that alone is like, people are going through a lot too.
First of all, I would say she's depressed, but she doesn't know. She's going through depression, but she doesn't know. Like, for real, before you would think of committing suicide, you would have gotten to a point in life where you feel life doesn't matter anymore. So if suicide is actually not a bad thing, we won't be stopping people. Like, if it's not a bad thing when someone dies, we will not cry, we will not feel bad when somebody dies. So imagine when somebody dies of, let's say, natural cause, the person gets old and dies, we still feel pain. And then let's say a child of, because to me, 20 is still a child.
Yeah.
A 20-year-old person committing suicide, and you say it's normal that we should let them commit suicide. For someone to be thinking of something like that, that person is going through a lot of pain, and that person cannot handle it anymore. That's why the person is seeing suicide as a solution. So suicide shouldn't be seen as something normal to her. For her to be thinking that way, I think she's depressed. She's frustrated. There's something called mental illness, and people don't know it exists. People think it's just depression that is in Nigeria. There's something called mental illness. She's going through a lot that she doesn't know what she's going through right now. Like, she's at the point whereby she's not feeling the humanness.
Like, she legit called life an illness.
So to that point, it means she has gone to the point whereby she's not seeing herself existing anymore. Like, she's seeing herself outside her body. It means she's not connecting again.
I mean,
with
I feel
life.
like when people even sit down to come up with such thoughts, it's either as a result of idleness or as a result of you're going through something and you don't want to talk to people about it. I mean, if you're going through stuff, talk to people about it. Talk to someone you trust. I mean, I don't think suicide should ever be an option. Because, I mean, so now when you say don't stop, and then I actually have a problem with the fact that she thinks that long life is boring and that she will die between the age of 30 to 35. I mean, no. There's a problem.
Yes,
there's
that's what they don't understand right now. At her age, and then she's thinking of dying at 35, 30. The level of her mental illness has gotten to the point that she cannot even control it anymore. How would you say life is boring and then you're going to end your life when you're 30, 35? They need to look into her case. And
I'm even of the opinion, there's this hashtag we usually like to say in my church, which is hashtag never die gang, which is coming from the biblical perspective where people die, but like, well, we know Jesus say he has slept, he's not really dead because he will rise again on the last day, and that's on the day of judgment, but they've slept in the Lord and stuff like that. If you're talking about if you're talking about not dying in that concept as per, okay, yes, we've died, or we are sleeping in the Lord, but then on the last day, we will rise again in new bodies. If you're talking about, but then to say that person is not dead. Person has just exited life, and then life is an illness.
The part that really annoyed me.
Die at the age of 30 to 35. Don't stop people from committing suicide because it's a selfish act.
That is the part that really annoyed me.
Because you're not ready to mourn. Because allow me to be selfish if that's the case. I want to be selfish.
I love someone enough not to let the person die. It's not me being selfish.
You see, because then she said that she said something that we see it as we are reason enough for the person to want to leave. Meanwhile, that's not true. The person is going through stuff and feels like
she needs help.
I'm sorry, but I think she people that are close to her should actually like reach out to her. This is not even us trying to insult or like, this is actually us legit concerned. I think people who are close to her should try and reach out to her because she may be going through something and we don't know, and she's just using this as a cover up or sending this as a cryptic message. Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay, still on the people saying their mind. Nollywood actress Juliet said in an interview that after God, she says after God is sex to her. That is like her priority. After God said that she can actually cheat on her husband if he doesn't sexually satisfy her. That it is really a big priority to her. Like she says, sex is a major, like sex comes before money to her. Like if she doesn't get satisfied, she's going to cheat. She's saying it openly that she has to marry a guy that will sexually satisfy her, or else she will cheat and she doesn't see it as something bad.
Okay, now to me, like those are two opposing sides. After God is sex, which can be okay if you're talking about after God is sex in marriage. That's provided you're married. That's which can be okay. But then should I wait for that to explain what she really means? So if your partner, let's even assume we're talking about husbands here. If your husband is not sexually satisfying you, you would cheat because he's not sexually satisfying you. Yes. But then after God, but like it's kind of confusing, like, because after God, you love God, yes, and you know God doesn't support adultery, fornication and stuff like that. So you love him and you have that kind of relationship with him, but then you expect that God's supposed to understand now, but be firewood. You know, like when people make lists, they put God on top. Most people put God on top, not because they really righteousness. Let's say God is on the list. So that not be as if we don't believe in God. Of the world. Yes, that's why most people put God in the list. So she's trying to like show you how her list goes, like God, sex, then money and any other thing can come in. Honestly, if you think that your partner is not going to sexually satisfy you, I would not advise you to even settle down in the first place. Because let's not even mince words. Let's not do as if we are holier than thou. The truth is, in this day and age, there is hardly anybody who has not had sexual intercourse with their boyfriends, girlfriends, or whatever it is. So definitely have to start from there. Definitely, you knew before entering the marriage that this person is not going to sexually satisfy you. So why did you bother to go into it, to commit to a lifetime, only to hurt the person? So now, what you're dishing out, can you actually take it? If your partner comes back or you find out that your partner is cheating on you, can you take it? But you don't see anything wrong in cheating on your partner just because he or she is not sexually satisfying you. I feel like there are a lot of things wrong with the mentality of a lot of people, especially in this day and age. I think in this day and age, we are too liberal. We're too liberal, and especially because of especially because of social media, we are too liberal. So I feel like we can put everything out. Social media is now a platform for us to put anything out there, for us to act anyhow and justify those actions even when they are wrong. Okay, I would say that her idea can work in some other parts of the world. Like some other part of the world, there's something called open marriage. Yeah. Whereby I'll marry you and we're open to do whatever I want to do with any other person outside. So I think that her idea can work there. You can marry someone outside there and then you agree that if you can't sexually satisfy me, I'm going to hit the street, I'm going to meet someone. So her idea can work outside, but not here. And when you're putting up a reference next time, please do not put God and then you say sex. That's what I'm saying, that the whole thing, like, they are two opposing sides. You can't tell me after God is sex, and you're not even talking about sex in marriage, just sex with your husband. You're talking about cheating on your partner just because your partner is not sexually satisfying you. Who told you are sexually satisfying your partner? And so if the person decides to go, I think that we need reorientation. No, people of this generation, I mean, it's not even specific to Nigeria. I'm talking about in general. People of this generation need to be reoriented about loyalty, commitment, marriage, partnership. People just, I don't think people see partner, they just call it partnership without necessarily understanding what it means to be someone's partner. What it means to be committed
like
to
people
someone.
just get into relationship
Yes.
and feel, oh, you're cute, let's just date.
No, I think
that's what people think. Like they don't sit down and understand the idea before they just go into whatever they want to do. Just be like, ah, you're really cute, let's date. And then at the end of the day, you get to know the person, and then you realize we're not supposed to be like, people don't understand themselves first before they enter anything.
I find it weird to when people, not judgmental, but weird actually, when people tell me they cheat on their partners. Because, I mean, I feel like sex has to do with deep emotional connection. So why would I want to have sexual intercourse with someone who I'm not emotionally connected with, who I'm not attracted to? Like, it's cringe-worthy. I'm sorry. It's irritating to me. Like,
and then they'll use the word, it was a mistake. It was a mistake. You went over. Yeah, we agree. It was a mistake. Started talking about something that will lead to sex. We agree. When did the mistake? The mistake ended when you started taking off your clothes, started kissing, and started getting to the bed, and started having sex. Mistake ended there.
The whole thing, I don't know. But the truth of the matter, in conclusion, in summary on this particular subject, people need reorientation about partnership, commitment, marriage, sex. People, I think, reorientation, people need to learn, or rather unlearn, relearn, and then learn.
I think so.
Yes. Okay, now finally on the social media banter. Hollywood movie producer Harvey Weinstein bags 23 years for rape. Yeah, I read the story and I don't know, I got mixed emotions kind of, because okay, so former Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein has bagged 23 years in prison for alleged rape. So there are reports that there's been this movement called #MeToo movement, where it was a movement that started over 2 years ago, and now a jury has convicted him of third-degree rape of Jessica Mann. Yes, Jessica Mann. And then reports also have it that in the past he has sexually assaulted popular actresses like Angelina Jolie and Lupita Nyong'o. But then he said that he voiced his opinion about this particular movement, saying that it may have implications on men as well as due process. He also said that the relationships he has had with these women that are accusing him have been legitimate. But then he's still facing further criminal charges on allegation and rather rape and sexual assault in Los Angeles. But currently he has bagged 23 years. Now Jennifer Mann came out to say that, because he said that he didn't use his place of power, or that position of power, influential, whatever, to suppress anybody. But Jennifer Mann, who is one of his victims, said that he deserves the ultimate punishment. Whatever they give to him, he deserves to face it all, because he used his power over the powerless.
Like, that's what most people are doing, and I am really happy.
Yeah.
Like they finally concluded this case and sentenced, and even if they've not concluded it everywhere. Yeah. Like when Lupita Nyong'o came out and said hers, people were like skeptical about it. But I like the fact that when she said it, she gave details. She poured out her own story. Like, she didn't hide any corner or anything. Like, her story was like the best, like I would say, when other victims were giving their story. Like, she wasn't afraid.
Most accurate.
Yeah, she wasn't afraid to say everything how it was, even if she was going through pain at that moment. Like, she wasn't afraid to say whatever and how it happened. Like, that was where everybody knew, okay, fine, let's all come out and start saying ours too. Like, this has really been happening, and it's not really funny, because you have power somewhere and then someone is trying to get to a position that they well deserve, and then you be like, you need to get something, like that nonsense phrase of rub my back and I'll rub your back. That's like, it's really annoying when they do that to women, and I'm really happy about this lawsuit. Like, I am really happy about
Jessica Mann, that's the person of the third-degree rape. She was an aspiring actress and everything. So now that thing you said about rub my back, and it doesn't just only happen in Hollywood. Yes. It happens even in everywhere. The music industry, in the movie industry. It happens everywhere, where people, especially for ladies, where you assume that a lady can't amount to what she wants to amount to unless she kisses your ass.
Like
That's and it is not even it's not right. So now when they are brought to justice, they begin to come up with different excuses. Now him saying that he doesn't think it's going to have implications on men, and then due process and everything. Excuse me, sir.
Like you start playing the guilt card and start looking so.
It's not going to work, because when you were harassing people,
you were not thinking
you
about
were
it.
not thinking about it, because you assume that you're a popular name, if you have influence, you would get away with it. And that's one thing I like about justice abroad. Nobody is above the law. Nobody.
You're going to face it. If you do it, you face it.
Anyway.
That's just why I like it. Like, I'm really happy about the case, for real.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about how it's going and how far they've gotten to it. Like, it's really nice. Okay, guys, that's all on social media banter. Next up is 3 o'clock, where one of us will be spilling the tea on what is bothering her. Yes.
It's not me. It's
Your favorite girl, the tea spiller. Yes. Today, I'll be spilling still on this social media. Like, I hate it when people feel because they have attention from viewers, or because they have fans, or because they have a certain number of followers, you have the right to just come online and post anything that your brain tells you to post. It is really annoying, because like most parents now, which I'm not in support, allow their kids from age 10, age 8 to use phones, and they do not restrict what they see.
Yeah,
and
true.
then you go online and post, just like the last social media, but just imagine someone going online to post suicide is not wrong. And then an 8-year-old girl who has been bullied in school and did not tell her parents, reads that and feel, oh yes, see what she said about it, this is the solution to my problem, and then she commits suicide. Like, it is annoying when you feel oh, this is social media, it is free, let us post what we feel like posting. I can tell people, drink acid, it is good. And you know, like, let's say you have 100 followers, 80 do not understand things really, and then they go online and listen to it and follow it. It is wrong. People need to watch what they post online. It is becoming so annoying. Like, you just go on social media and then you keep seeing nonsense over and over and over again.
And you know, social media has a way of influencing people,
yes,
wrongly and rightly. So it now depends on you to choose the one that you want to influence you. But unfortunately, people see a lot of things from celebrities, from people that they are trying to be like, from people they are trying to emulate, and then they follow everything they do step by step without skipping so I feel like people should be careful of the kind of things they post on social media. One.
Yes.
Two, not everything you see on social media is real. And it's not everything you should follow. 3, I think for underage people, they should be restricted to the kind of content they are allowed to see.
They shouldn't even be allowed on some social media platforms. Like, because if you allow your kids on, let's say, Instagram, you can't restrict them from some certain things they see, because when you go to the search button, everything pops up.
When I got my first phone when I was in 100 level.
Same here, not even a browsing phone, a phone I could use in making phone calls.
C1.
And then this year you see people like an 8-year-old girl posting pictures with an iPhone 11 to be precise. And then I don't know what to say, for real.
Anyway, now we're moving to the final segment of the show, which is Let's Play. Yes, it's time to drink cold water from all the tension that has been here. Let's cool the temper. Okay, yes, now today's game is a game of emojis, where we'll be guessing the correct word or phrase from the emojis that will be appearing on the screen.
I started.
It's not hard, please. I'm a smart girl. Love song. Love song, is it correct? Yeah! I told you I'm smart.
Okay. Milk and chocolate. I do not know, for real.
Wow.
Milkshake.
What? Milk chocolate. What's that though? What's milk chocolate? I don't know. Okay, this is me. Evo. Jet scientist. Rocket science. Yeah!
Okay.
Okay.
What is happening? Love.
It's my turn to
Love box. Love glove. Love box. Love fight.
Heart attack. What is this one now? Hammer and sweet. Hey, this one is somehow sweet and hammer. Sweet hammer. Candy Crush. I said sweet hammer. What is sweet hammer? Okay. Okay, it's your turn.
Cowboy.
I was gonna say this one is simple. I think it's cowboy.
It's cowboy?
Actually.
Yay, cowboy. What does it say, cow baby?
Oh, what's all this things now? TV. I don't know that thing. I've never seen that thing before in my life.
I think I know this one.
TV hook. Screen hook.
TV
anchor.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't have guessed that right.
Okay, I can't say the other one.
What
kind of emoji is this?
Why did they give me this one?
Blue Ned. This emoji is used to
Why did they
represent
give
Ned
me this
Woko.
one?
So I don't know what emoji is this.
If my answer is, do I get extra
Blue
points?
moon.
If my answer is, do I get extra points? It's not fair. This is a tiger and no Catwoman. 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 Yeah. Wait, are we actually? I think I'm still the one winning.
Yes,
right?
I've gotten only 2.
Okay.
France, Frapan. France. Iran.
What?
France, Frapan.
French fries now, don't you know?
How am I supposed to get it? You're supposed to put an emoji of France.
Horsepower.
What is the horsepower?
Horsepower. I was going to say power bank.
What is horsepower?
Horsepower. There's something called horsepower. Horsepower.
Sunlight, touchlight. Sun touch.
Pick one.
Sunlight.
What is this one
okay.
now? Universal
Hey, I know this one.
Universal caterpillar.
I know this one.
World caterpillar. Globe caterpillar. World caterpillar.
Earthworm.
Is this thing warm?
Like it's warm.
It looks warm. It looks like caterpillar.
Oh my god.
Giraffe.
Celebration. Celebration. Celebrate. Jubilate.
So if I know the
Celebrate.
answer, can I get
Party animal. Say giraffe need party animal.
the giraffe and animal. Indian sheep. Indian boat. It's not Indian hemp. Indian boat. Flagship. Is this not flag of India? Why did you flagship? Oh. So did we draw or who won?
I don't know.
Because I wasn't even keeping count.
I swear, I think I got
Just
3 or 2. I don't know.
please. I don't like today's game. It's somehow.
It was difficult for real. Like I was like thinking, cowboy, cow baby, baby cow. Like that part was really
Universal caterpillar. Anyway, guys, that's all on today's show.
Why are you still laughing?
Okay, let me keep a straight face.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, that's all on today's show. I'm sure you guys had lots of fun, and now we're jarring into the weekend. We're pumped and ready for the weekend. Set. I'm sure we.
Calm down.
I'm calm. Don't ever tell me to calm down. I'm calm.
Wow.
Have you ever seen a situation where you tell an angry person to calm down? The person that just calms down.
Okay, guys, that's all. Thank you guys for being part of us. Like, we love being here to entertain you guys. I remain that beautiful, intelligent, Otedolas adopted daughter. Yeah.
Oh yes, guys, thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your screen right now and turn on your post notifications. Also, feel free to hit the like button down below. And yes, you can also feel free to like and follow us on Facebook at Presh TV and follow us on Instagram at Presh_media. Also, feel free to visit us on our website at www.presh.ng. And of course, I remain your favorite screen diver, ever smiling, ever dazzling, ever glowing. Ayomide. Stay safe, guys, and have fun.